Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're doing Final Fantasy XIV this morning. We're in Heavensward, getting to the end of the story here, just before the end of the main content, or the expansion content for Heavensward anyways. So how are you doing today? Things going all right for you? Drop us a message down in the chat if you'd like. Tell us what's on your mind. If you've got anything else you'd like to talk about, Final Fantasy or game related in general, that would be fine. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the atmosphere in the game with us, we certainly appreciate that as well. Let's see here. We have to enter the Aetherochemical research facility first thing today, it looks like. And we discovered that that one does have duty support. And we'll be getting some generic, some generic adventurers there who still don't have advanced jobs. Okay, well, let's see what happens here.
I will crush you underfoot!
Okay, you do that.
Savages. In the name of the Emperor! There is nowhere to run!
Okay. Yeah, because you sealed off the arena, so I guess we can't.
Enough! In the name of the Emperor! In the name of the Emperor! Enough! Can you withstand this?
Maybe.
In the name of the Emperor! In the name of the Emperor! Well, well. In the name of the Emperor!
You get poetics. Oh yeah, no chests for this one. No chests for this one. Another freezing morning here in my neck of the woods too. Okay. I don't have rays. Okay. Not at this level. Now let's see. That should go down pretty quick. Alright, Conjurer, come on. Nice. Okay, Marauder used an item, I guess, to raise them. That's too crazy. Alright, we're at the end here. Let's see what we can do here with this one.
The champion of Hydaelyn.
Tell me, why do you despise the primals so? They are the embodiment of mortal will, of mortal desire. Plainly, you desire a foe to despise, and 'tis well that you do, for it is from the vortex of ceaseless conflict that Lord Zodiac shall be reborn.
Through the joining, the world shall become whole again. Then all shall be as once it was, as it should ever have remained.
For the glory of Lord Zodiac.
Your meddling ends here and now, warrior of light.
Alright, let's see. What's different here about this, they changed it to duty support.
Darkness shall consume light.
Gotta get out of that. What is going on? Uh-oh, I don't know about this. Whoops. Oh, crap.
Mortal scum!
Know your place. Shall reign forevermore.
Let's see where we go. Follow the bouncing NPCs.
Your light shall burn no more.
Such strength. It defies all reason.
No. I will not be bested by the likes of them. La Habrea, it is time.
Very well. Let us show these mortals the true power of the Echo. The power to break down the barriers of existence.
I am become you.
And we are become one.
Okay, what's happening?
Come, mortals, render up your souls, that your failure might be reborn.
Oh, phase 2? Oh boy, alright. Get through this maybe? Oh, Ascian Prime, okay. Combination of these things. So where's what's going to be safe here? Follow them for now. And then get back. Oh, I see what they're doing. Alright. Alright guys, y'all gathering on me there? Oh. DPS check, I guess. Well, I'm making good progress. As long as I don't have to dodge too much else here. got that. Fast enough on that one. Well, that certainly felt unfamiliar from what I remembered, or thought I remembered anyways.
That she might regain the blessing of light I had foreseen. But she has grown so strong in it as to deny us our power.
Let us withdraw, La Habrea. That power remains to us, at least.
So, you harness the Eye's power. A pity you spent it all. What will you do now, hero?
So, not even the vaunted warrior of light can unmake an Ascian without relying upon mortal contrivances.
You
In the distant past, King Thordan and his knights 12 fought and defeated Nidhogg. Though the victory cost them dear, they were rewarded with a great prize, the Dread Worm's Eyes, both of which have since been held in the Holy Sea's safekeeping. The eye you possess was Nidhogg's left, and long has it served as a source of the Azure Dragoon's might. As for its twin, it has lain here, joined to the person of Haldreth, the first Azure Dragoon. For though he learned to harness its power, he was ultimately consumed by it. Even in death, his body decays not. A pitiful end for a fabled hero. My Ascian friend, long have you and your kind sown the seeds of chaos by teaching mortals the secrets of summoning. But if you assumed that we would meekly serve as your pawns, then you are gravely mistaken.
You would raise a hand against us?
That would be a yes. Yes, we would.
By taking unto my flesh the soul of the legendary King Thordan, I can become a god!
Not cessation, whose being is sustained by a millennium of fervent prayer, and the eye's nigh bottomless reservoir of ether.
What?
Your contempt for man has proven your undoing, Ascian. For my first act as God King, I do hereby sentence you to die!
Didn't even try to dodge.
Matters not what form that ether takes. Ascian souls are no exception. With this power, I shall put an end to 1,000 years of conflict. Be they sown by Ascian, dragon, or primal, wheresoever the seeds of chaos threaten to quicken, I shall excise them with my divine blade, and bring order to the world. I have become that which you abhor, warrior of light. If you would take issue with my godhood, I shall answer you with my blade.
Alright, so singularity reactor. That's a regular duty finder, so let's queue up for that. There it is. And that's got an average wait time of 17 minutes here, according to what we read here. So let's see. Let's head on out and what do we want to work on? Oh, we could try see if we can work on some crafting and or gathering quest, because we're going to want to take some time out to level them when we get to the end of Heavensward anyways. Let's see. I can't use teleport here. What do you mean I can't use teleport here? Alright, well, I can exit then, I guess. Yeah. Go back to Foundation for starters, and I think we'll try Minor. Let's see what level our gathering. I think our gathering got a little bit. All of our crafting and gathering is already well leveled into the mid 50s, which is nice. That'll save us some time. Let's go ahead and change to Minor and see if we can get underway with whatever minor quest we've got here over the Forgotten Night. Since we can fly in every zone now, that's what we were waiting for, mainly. Just once we can fly in every zone, we can get around easily and do all of our quests without having to run through stuff. Yeah, level 53 for this one, and we'll get some gear. Professor, we've gotten a job from House Thordan. Are you ready for your first time out with the Raiders? Good, good. We're going to survey the Western Highlands and see if we can't find any veins of mithrite. I'll need you to dig samples from the area and see if there's enough ore to mine proper. We'll meet at the south end of the Black Iron Bridge. Me and the lads will go ahead and clear out some of the monsters before you get there. Don't keep us waiting too long. Right, and we gotta go to Falcon's Nest. We can, no, I don't want to use the Chocobo because that flies from some strange location and takes a minute to get in there. Alright, let's go see what this is all about. Glad you joined us, Professor. Lads, stop up your gobs. Hatchland, keep watch. I don't want anything taking us unawares. Muscles, scout out what routes could be used for taking the haul back to Ishgard. I want the pros and cons of each, too. All of you keep up your guard and don't get cocky. That goes double for you, Hatchland. Professor, start digging for mithrite down by the Gorgane Holden. Come back here when you've pulled a few bits of ore out of the ground. 10 chunks will be proof of mithrite in these outcroppings, and that'll be enough for House Thordan to develop the area. Now, Raiders, to your duties. Alright, and let's see. check my actions here. Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, if I was level 55, that would be convenient. At Luck of the Mountaineer, let us uncover hidden nodes for each one. Let's see, Gorgain Holding is up here. We're 5 minutes into our duty finder now. There it is. So we want to get 10 mithrite ore. Oh yeah. That's going to be a little tricky. Well, let's see. Let's dig out one of each of those if we can. Save our GP for once we discover mithrite. There's some mithrite ore. Now, the question is, what do we want to try? Yeah, I guess I will just ensure that I can get it out. And then 300, what does that do? That gives me another strike. That could be handy. But I better hold on to that. Alright, that's 4. And there's some ice crystals. And if you're just joining us, welcome. Happy to have you here. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV. Just doing some gathering quest right now while we wait for our Singularity Reactor duty to form here. We're 8 minutes into the queue at this point. We'll see how long it takes. We're on a well-populated server, but it is fairly early here in North America where this particular character is located. I've got 9 mithrite now. Oh, I need those frost grenades for my Centurio Seals log. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and feed the chocobo a little bit more. And how many? I need 2 of those. This is liable to link. Doesn't show they're linking. Let's see what happens here. How about that? No links there. We are almost 20 levels above them. Alright, got us a few Centurio Seals from that. Anyways, how are you doing today? I hope everything's going all right for you. Got anything on your mind? Drop us a comment down in the chat. Any tips or suggestions even, game related or otherwise, is certainly welcome. We're here to chat with you and play the game, but of course if you'd prefer to just lurk and enjoy the atmosphere and the game with me, that's perfectly all right too, of course. We're just happy to have you here. There's another mithrite. Oh, I need those too for my log. Good. Take time out to do that. I need 2 more of those. Alright, 15 seals. Nice. Have you found 10 bits of mithrite? Can't go home till you do. I got some extra if you want it. Ha! I'd say it was well worth the trouble of hiring a proper miner from Ul'dah. Captain, we got wounded. Muscles, get them to Falcon's Nest. Camp Rivers meets closest, but that's more trouble than it's worth. Surveying sounds like a safe enough task when you've got an army, but we don't have an army. 'Tis a miracle we didn't lose any men this time around. But that's a sellsword's lot, isn't it? See, knights are brave, honorable people, all competing to see who's bravest and most honorable. They'll throw themselves into dragonfire to win honor in the eyes of the high houses. But not a one of them will jump for this kind of work, so they'll find someone what's willing to do it and pass it off to them. Sometimes that's their own men, and sometimes it ain't. Captain, are you saying one of ours could have been killed because the nobles think themselves too bloody good for the work? Aye, that's the long and short of it, but Hatchland, I'm the one who offered up the raiders' services. The work's dangerous, but we win favor doing it. And House Fortam, they're fair-minded folk. They will give us better when the time comes. But to get it, we've got to be able to put our swords forward no matter what. That's how you become successful as a sellsword. Shite business if you ask me. If you can get out, by all means get out. None of my lads came to this life willingly. Some drifted into it, others came tumbling down to it. There's one as took to crime and lost his home. Another lost a lover and needed a new home. There's only one breed of strays I don't take, them what want a place to die. They're bad for business and bad for the company. So tell me, Hatchling, why are you here? I came because I want glory and a name. I want to win myself one of them. Wrong sodden place for you then, but I'll keep you. You're not half bad with a blade. Well, let's get back to Ishgard. I'd kill for a hot bowl of soup after this cold. And we're 15 minutes into our queue now. Seems our wounded lad'll make a full recovery, Professor. Fast enough to join us the next time out, even. Really, I'm blessed to have this lot. Hells, even Hatchling's a better sword than I was at his age. Any road, keep honing your instincts, eh? Our next job's like to be harder and dirtier than this one, and you'll want to be sharp for it. See, we will take the body piece. Yeah, gives us some gathering and perception. Bump here, sorely needed. Wow, that's a lot of leveling up there. Couple pieces in our armory chest. Alright. And let's move on to botanist here. Oh yeah, I can equip the body piece on botanist and fisher. Alright. Back over to the Aetherochemical Plaza and see what's on our plate here. Perfect timing, Anne. Word arrived from Basil not a moment ago. He has a task and bids you come to Camp Cloudtop. Let us go at once. I want to say, come to Clamp Cloudtop. It's like a tongue twister for me, I guess. Come to Camp Cloudtop. Definitely appreciate being able to fly in this zone. My thanks for coming on such short notice. To begin with, I'd like to ask your advice on crops that would thrive in this environment. Right now, our principal crop is a strain of pumpkin native to these isles. With some experimentation, we've succeeded in cultivating it. Unfortunately, hardly anything else grows that is a viable food source. It has something to do with the ratio of wind-to-earth aspected ether up here. There's a much higher concentration of the former, you see, and hardly any of the latter. Gazal greens are just about the only other thing that has worked out, and these aren't the same as what we have in Kurthus either. It may interest you to know that the seeds came to us from Gridania, from the Botanists Guild. Roydaloin urged me to give them a try, and lo and behold, they cropped up like weeds. Strange things do happen, eh? But in the end, Gazal greens are fit only for chocobos, and what little I'm managing to grow at the moment doesn't make up for the shortfall of supplies. If we're to keep feeding the garrison, we need to find more crops that grow and set about growing them as soon as possible, or soon we'll all be supping on bird fodder. And so, I'd like to ask your opinion. In selecting a crop, what quality is the most critical? Let's say hardiness to cold. I see. In that case, we might try our luck with onions. Ah, that reminds me. A hunter I spoke with recently mentioned having seen wild onions in the Dravanian forelands. Cyclops onions, they're called, and I fancy our chances of cultivating them. If we succeed, they would make a welcome addition to our rations. I'd be grateful if you could gather and bring me 10 bulbs. Okay. Well, then we shall go to the Forelands and get us 10 onions. Let's see, onions. They are hidden just like the mithrite was, and pull up our handy dandy map there. We see we're not too far from them. We will go looking. Well, there's a lookout point. Gives us a little bit of experience there. Where is it? Here we go. All right. And we're 21 minutes into our queue now. Well, looks like we've got 2 DPS hanging out for this particular one. Oh, there's onions. Right. Oh, hey, Senu Knight. Going good here? How about yourself? Thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it. Oh, cool. Which part are you on? We don't worry about spoilers. We don't worry about that here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten into the beast tribes on Endwalker yet. I've got other characters I run. This one's just for streaming here. But yeah, I've gotten through Endwalker, I guess, a couple times now. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Let's see, which beast tribes? They've got, what, the bunnies for the beast tribes? And I'm trying to remember who's in Endwalker. What else they got for beast tribes there? Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Omicrons towards the end of the main story there. Okay. And we're almost 25 minutes into this queue. See if we can get it to pop soon, I hope. We'll just take it leisurely, take it whenever it comes. All right, back to Basil now over at Camp Cloudtop. Have you gathered the Cyclops onions? They can be found growing wild in the Dravanian forelands. Yeah, a few extra for you if you wanted them. My, they're far larger than I had dared hope. My thanks, Anne. I shall try growing them in our test plot right away. A test plot, you say? That's right, miss. Before we grow something in earnest, we need to make certain that it won't be a detriment to other crops. Though sustenance is important, so too is sustainability. If we don't think ahead, we're liable to damage the environment, and that would leave us with nothing. I see. Pioneers must be at once bold and cautious, a delicate balancing act. With that, I believe I have sufficient material for my first article. I'll go on back to Ishgard to send my notes to the chief editor. See you at the Aetherochemical Plaza, Anne. Right. Glad tidings, Anne. The chief editor was utterly taken by my draft, and the first installment of my series will soon grace the Raven. Oh, and lest you worry, I'll make sure to withhold names and locations. It's an Ishgardian outpost after all, and we can't well have such details known to all and sundry. Ah, but have a listen to this. So it was that the dilemma of a sustainable crop was solved thanks to the ingenuity of one humble botanist. It shall not be long ere this azure frontier is blanketed in life-giving Cyclops onions. That's how I'm planning to close the article. I see you're not entirely convinced that the dilemma is solved. Well, it practically is, only I can't write practically. The statement would lose something for it. As before, I'll remain in Ishgard to await word from Basil. I look forward to the next task. And we got the body piece. Let's see. Gathering and perception. Yeah, we'll take the pants for the next one. Let's outfit our gatherers with that. Alright, let's go take a look at fishing here. Good to see you, Anne. I've got some news for you that I think you're going to like. Have you ever heard of a fish called an ice pick? Not only do they have a kick like a Mylodon and the wits to give any fisherman a challenge, but cut them into goujons and fry them till they're golden, and they're just the thing to take away the taste of Gibralt's best brown. Well, a shoal of the beauties has been sighted in a fishing hole I know in the western highlands of Kurthus. Let's head over, shall we? I'll meet you by the northern entrance to Falcon's Nest. All right. Right there. Right. Ah, Anne, you're finally here. I was afraid I'd missed you. To tell you the truth, this young lady and I have just returned from the fishing hole. I'll explain in a second, but first allow me to introduce you. Anne, meet Reyna, a fellow fishing enthusiast. We only just met ourselves. She was just passing by when I spotted the rod strapped to her back and introduced myself. Reyna had heard about the ice pick sighting too, and, well, after a bit of mutual rod rattling, we decided to have a little competition. I'm sorry we didn't wait for you, but you know how hot-headed we fishers can be. Of course, I wish I had waited now. By the time I'd managed to catch my first decent-sized ice pick, she already had a brace in the net. Ha ha ha, how embarrassing for you, and in your own stamping grounds too. Why, I'd never been to that fishing hole before in all my life, yet the fish were practically throwing themselves out of the water for me. Ah, kick me while I'm down, why don't you? I demand vengeance, Anne, and who better to deliver it than the lady Master Wawalago called the absolute apex of the angling art. The absolute apex of what now? The apex of the angling art, the perfect Piscatrix, the finest fisherwoman in the firmament. He was talking about you, Anne. If there's anyone who can wipe that smirk off Reyna's face, you can. The pond where you'll find the fish is off to the north. Cross the bridge and keep going until you reach the Gorgane holding. You should find it easily enough. It's the only stretch of liquid water in Malms. Reyna caught 2 ice picks, so you're going to have to catch 3. All right. Yeah, let's see for that. Got to make sure we got us some bait here. Let's see, we'll pick the, I think stonefly nymphs will be good for that, or caddisfly larva. Yeah, those are level 50, 51. Ah, there we go. All right, well, we better get on to our duty here then.
Brothers, the time has come to call upon the true power of the Heavensward.
Fight me if you will, warrior of light. I care not. All who stand against me will be destroyed, be they servants of the darkness or the light. By my blessing shall all men be sanctified, and an endless era of peace begin. Vice and conflict shall cease to be. You reject my divinity, yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth? Virtuous suffering? No matter. If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
Alright. There we go. I think that's the last one from the cutscene. Alright. Really? Is that it? Is there no other phase? That one seemed easier with that group for sure.
How can this be? A millennium of prayer and the Eye's power combined, and still you stand. Who? What are you?
All right, well that was... that was easy.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that. It would seem the Eye has served you well. Its twin, at long last. All that remains is to take them beyond the reach of man and dragon both. With this task accomplished, my toil shall finally be at an end.
Thou hadst done well to resist mine influence, bathed in my power and blood as thou wert. Alas, in thine anticipation of comfort, thou hast lowered thy guard. Uh-oh. The keening of my fallen kindred, their smoldering desire for vengeance. Mine eyes have partaken of 1,000 years of pain, a pain which I shall bestow upon thee. Drink deep of my rage, mortal, and become me.
thy fury made of thee. Let us away, servant of Hydaelyn.
Roger that.
Chief! Over there! Oi! Haha! God damn it, you always have to cut it so bloody close.
Yeah, just like at the end of A Realm Reborn. Running out of that tunnel with the flames chasing us, riding on the Magitech armor.
It would seem she has done it again.
Was there ever any doubt? Let us return to Ishgard. Our friends will be eager to learn the battle's outcome and welcome back their champion.
Where is Estinian?
I'll tell you later. Psych.
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. This scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
As we had feared, the Archbishop summoned the soul of King Thordan into himself, and thence became a primal.
But he and his knights are no more, thanks to the Warrior of Light.
Your struggles are not yet over, mortals.
Whom do I have the pleasure?
I am Midgard Sommer. I have journeyed with Hydaelyn's champion and observed her deeds in the conflict between man and dragon. Tell me, children of Thordan, do you desire peace?
My people have committed unspeakable atrocities against dragonkind, even against our own. Would that we could undo these wrongs, but we cannot.
I love seeing those archers like, what? Oh, I guess we better kneel down.
Be that as it may, the future yet presents a chance to begin anew. Our nation has broken free of the shackles of a false faith, and Nidhogg shall lead his kindred against us no more.
I don't know about that.
I doubt not that it will require much effort and perseverance. But 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
I shall remember thy words. Yet be warned, Nidhogg's soul liveth on.
Right.
His unbridled rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Estinian.
Doubt not but that Nidhogg will call out to his brood ere long, nor that they shall answer him. Steel yourselves, for the true test is yet to come.
Ain't that the truth?
Come what may, we will never cease to believe. Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
1,000-year war cannot be ended in a day. It may take generations. What thou dost begin, thy children must continue. Entrust unto them thy hopes and dreams, that peace may reign again, and forevermore.
Alright, there's the initial credits for Heavensward. Check out the cutscene here that plays through with that.
Let all here present attest that Sir Emmerich, acting on behalf of the Archbishop, has appended his signature. I do hereby declare that from this day forth, the Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member of the Eorzean Alliance. Let our nations move forward as one and stand united against the Garlean Empire.
For the future of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
There you are. A noble monument to a noble soul.
From here, Lord Orshafon can watch over all of Ishgard.
It has been a long and arduous journey, and we have lost much and more along the way. Yet come what may, we must stay true to our purpose and press on.
That's right, you two. It's high time we got back to rebuilding the Scions.
Oh, hey,
Which
Attack
means
Chicken.
we're going
Thanks
to
for
need
dropping in.
money, and lots of it.
Yeah, every time there's a reference to Horshafont's death, I'd almost choke up a little bit, to be honest with you, no matter how many times I go through that. Okay, I think this is the credits here now. We won't bother watching the
So
credits.
ends a glorious chapter in their tale. However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After 1,000 years under the yoke of the Church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may, so long as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there to guide them, the people may hold fast to hope. The hope that one day true peace will return to Ishgard, and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
Yeah, I created this character on a new world, and we got the Road to 80 buff going on, which is, man, that's tremendously over leveled me. Oh, there's the credits. All right, we'll skip those.
So Lahabrea and Igaeorm have fallen. Bested by mortals in their attempt to initiate the Eighth Rejoining. The day should be so complete. And now it falls to me to deal with the consequences.
Oh, we're not worried about spoilers here, Attack Chicken. I've played through this tons of times. I've gone through Endwalker a few times already, and it just created this character for streaming, so it's no problem. If you want to talk about anything related to the game, be my guest. You know, that's what we're here for, just to chat, share our stories about Final Fantasy XIV or anything else in general. Just enjoy the game while we do that.
Without intervention, the balance between light and darkness will begin to shift, placing our mission in... Hydaelyn's champion has grown too strong. Her might encroaches upon the realm of gods.
Oh, okay, yeah. Getting those minions. I haven't focused too much on those. Losing your mind, huh? Oh, boy.
Equilibrium must needs be restored. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray. Warrior of Darkness.
Yeah, if those random number generator gods don't help you out, it can be certainly a mind-numbing experience at times, I'm sure. Well, thanks for the offer. I'll keep that in mind. I don't typically collect them. I think I might at some point, but may focus on that with some of my main characters, but I appreciate it anyway. cool. Nice. 90 summoner. Yeah, get that smackdown Bahamut.
Remind me, why is there no rest for the righteous?
Because they care, Master Garland.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Alex? I think I didn't get very far into Alexander, my first character that I went through, and eventually, of course, got him up to, I don't know whether it was when I got to 80 after Shadowbringer, or whether it was when I got to 90 after Endwalker, but then I just went through and soloed through the ones that I hadn't done before.
They could have picked to play with. That's not a toy, you bloody fools. It's a primal.
Spires of deception crumble to dust to lay bare truths long concealed. Beyond simmering shadow lieth shimmering light. Well, let's see. They've got duty support for a lot of them now. It's just, I think, between 60 and 70. Still got to do duty finder for most of the dungeons there. But of course, once you get to 70, they've got the trust system kicks in where you can duty support there. But yeah, I typically like to run anything that is not duty support with groups, just for the practice and the experience myself. I'm kind of mediocre when it comes to handling mechanics and stuff. Oh, no problem, Attack Chicken. I appreciate that. To be honest, when I'm just leveling a character, I use a second account to actually power them through some of those dungeons too. I just take a level 90 character from one account and unsync with the character I'm trying to level up through the next one like that. So I know what you mean. Yeah, unsynced dungeons make it go by fast then, just running through them like that. All right, so let's finish this one off. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot well express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Oh, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. don't know if I have this. There we go. Give you a shout out there. We appreciate that very, very much. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. All right. And let's see where this is going to take us to next here. Huh? I don't know what it caught there, chicken. Just some combinations of letters may cause the bots to see something that maybe isn't there, so just have to take a look at that, I guess. Fortuitous timing as always, Anne. Tataru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then? Yeah, I probably should do the same. I'll have to take a look at my settings. I'm still not familiar enough with how things are set up. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamen helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Lominsa only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Radzat-Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papaimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found. And in Pearl Lane of all places. Riol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see, and what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Sharlayan scholar, one of the students of Baldessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Anne, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with this scholar afterwards. Agreed? Sure, sounds good. In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll have to do some more work on checking my settings tomorrow, it looks like. Won't be streaming on Mondays, but every other day of the week I'm here. So tomorrow will be a good chance for me just to kind of kick back and go through everything. See what I can tweak. Alright, so we got through the initial credits of Heavensward. My plan here is to change to Dancer so that I'm not like 20 or 10 levels above where we're starting for the next expansion or anything. So I'm going to change to Dancer, and then we'll have to do some gathering and crafting once we get to the end of the Heavensward expansion, and work on it while we're going through it as well. So I think that's what I'll do first. I'll go ahead and grab the Dancer job for now. Say goodbye to Red Mage and work on Dancer. That'll level me out with the mobs in the new areas and everything. And let's see, which one is that? This one up here. Yeah, shall we dance? Good madam. Oh, good madam. You can spare a moment, yes? Of course you can. You see, I've just witnessed a performance most marvelous, and I simply must tell someone about it. What sort of performance, you ask? Why, none other than a troupe of traveling dancers hailing from Radzat-Han across the sea. I dare say their bold, exotically beautiful motions are like nothing our realm has ever seen. Adventurers like you are always on the lookout for stimulating new experiences, are you not? You simply must witness this spectacle for yourself. Just follow this road toward the Covenant of the Dutiful Sisters, and you'll run smack dab into the stage they've set up in the square. Sounds like a plan. Greetings, traveler. Come to see our little show, have you? On behalf of Troop Falsium, I welcome you. My troopmates are seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Don't wander too far. The curtain will be rising any minute now. It's been quite some time since we brought our art to these shores, or so our fearless leader tells us. I've been practicing day and night ever since we arrived to bring you and your countrymen the performance of a lifetime. Wait for the show to begin. Oh, there it is, right behind me. Waiting, 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 waiting. So close and yet so far. For all who cannot make the voyage to our home, we bring our art to yours. Hailing from Radzat-Han across the sea, I present the incomparable, transcendent Troop Falsium. Today we have prepared a sumptuous feast for your eyes and ears. Let the soaring melodies and the stirring, striking steps of our dancers reach your heart and spirit you away to a distant world. Yes, just so, Reyna. Betray not your trembling heart. Dance your dance till the last, and let them fall under your spell. My apologies. I did not mean to intrude upon your experience. Pray ignore my mutterings and enjoy the girl's performance. She's trained quite hard for this day, after all. I must say, you carry yourself with a certain grace, don't you? Ah, but do excuse me, I forget myself. Forgive me for not having properly introduced myself. I am Nashmira, principal dancer and leader of Troop Falsi. Reyna, the girl whose performance you are admiring, is my #1 student and protege. This may seem a bit forward, but pray tell, have you ever harbored aspirations of stepping on stage? Of losing... excuse me. Of losing yourself in a whirlwind of music and motion, and enchanting your audience with your every movement? Forgive me, I know this is all quite sudden, and yet I could not help myself. From the first moment I laid eyes on you, I saw, how can I put it, a poise that could only be honed on the field of battle. Yes, there is no doubt in my mind, you would make a fine dancer. Yeah, me and along with billions of other characters, I'm sure. I see you are confused, and for good reason. Allow me to explain. There are forms of dance meant merely to grace a stage, and then there's the art of Troop Falsium. We dance the Kriegstanz, a dance of war so ancient it is said to predate even the founding of our city. Our dancers train primarily in 2 techniques, each with applications both ornamental and martial. For one, we are proficient in tossing throwing weapons, which are most dazzling to the eyes, and even more damaging to any unfortunate foes they strike. The second is, of course, dancing itself. Perhaps you have already felt it, but it is believed that there are mystical powers to our movements, which can serve to heighten senses, lift spirits, and drive weakness and worry from people's hearts. The people of Eorzea have done well to rebuild this realm in the calamity's wake. Yet there are scars that still go unhealed, and the specter of war still looms large over the land. If our art of dance might serve in some small way to ease worries and fears, and offer succor to the hearts of Eorzeans far and wide, nothing would bring our humble troop greater honor. And so did I decide to lead Troop Falsium on a tour of this realm. There is, however, a bit of a rub. We have come with only 2 dancers, Reyna and myself, and I am still nursing an injury I suffered on the voyage over. My protege is a talented one, but I can hardly ask her to bear the burden of tour alone, and so I felt compelled to reach out to you. I can assure you that the arrangement would be to our mutual benefit. Should you offer us your aid, I will personally instruct you in the art of the Kriegstanz, an art that will avail you not only on the stage, but on the field of battle as well. Worry not, I will not force you to rush your decision. We must begin rehearsal for our next performance. Do give some thought to my offer, and seek me out again should you be so inclined. Okay, I think I will seek you out. You return, friend. Have you taken the time to think over my offer? Yes. Splendid! To tell the truth, I had feared your answer would be no, but fortune smiles upon Troop Falcium today. As principal dancer and company leader, allow me to officially welcome you to our ranks. Wait, don't tell me. Nashmira has handpicked you to join our troop and become a dancer. Is Reyna right, or is Reyna right? I knew it! I haven't been doing this for as long as Mistress Nashmira, but even I can see that your poise and posture is anything but ordinary. But don't get your hopes up too high. You're going to have to work your arse off to outshine Ranamigo. Let it suffice to say that I will be watching both of your careers with great interest. Oh, but where are my manners? I haven't even asked my student her name. An elegant name indeed. Very well then, Anne. This is for you. This crystal house is the amassed knowledge and memories of generations of our forebears, butterflies of the battlefield who have fluttered their way into history and legend. Take it and treasure it. And of course, you'll also be needing a change of clothes. Here, this outfit should do. Go ahead, put it on. You'll be amazed at the freedom of movement the pliant fabric affords you. Here we go. Let's see. The soul goes into the armory chest, and the chakrams went there too. All right. What's our armory chest looking like? We got enough slots here? Yeah. Plenty of slots there. Filling up on our main weapon though. Go ahead and put that gear into our armory chest then. And let's see, change to our dancer weapon. Put on the gear we've got. There we go. Whoops, no, I don't want to assign that to Red Mage. I need to make another gear set for that. Alright. And we'll reassign that to number 1. There we go. And then about the step gauge, refresh my memory here. Oh, yeah. Alright, so got that. We're going to have to set up our crossbars and hotbars for this one as well. And that name, Nashmira, have you ever played Final Fantasy XI online? I seem to recall in one of the towns there, that was the name of maybe a princess or one of the main characters in that area too, which kind of makes sense because it was kind of a desert area there, and I know where she comes from, and Rad's at Hand is also sort of a desert-like area, I guess, kind of arid. All right, so let's see. Throw these off here for starters. Alright, well actually I think I need to... Oh yeah, take care of yourself, Attack Chicken. Thank you so much for the follow and joining us today. I hope you'll check us out again this week if you happen to have the free time. We start 6:30 a.m. Eastern time here in the US every day except Monday. But take care of yourself. Hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, let's see. So I'm going to take a break here myself. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to double check what I want for my dancer crossbar and everything while I'm doing that. And then come back in several minutes. So if you would, love to have you hang around with us, and we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, we're back. I'm just going through my skills here, getting them set to the set to where I want them. Help me out here a little bit. Let's see, rising windmill. There. And let's see. There. And 2. And this one. Shield Samba. Closed position here. All right, let's see. Let's get the rest of these off the bar for now. Got that set. I think so. Step. That's level 70. And then these. We don't have that one yet. That should be everything for now on that one, I believe. Over here on number 8, crossbar. Got to get most of our roll actions set up here. So we're up at leg graze here. Second wind, yep. Foot graze. There. Peloton just up on the hot bar. See, head graze is there, and arm's length there. Alright, I think that's everything on the hot bar and the crossbar. Well, on the crossbar anyways. Finish up my my hot bar here. Drag limit break back down here, number 1. Put our ether compass back here on 9 for the next time we need it. And get our dissolve greens here for our chocobo. Let's see, and on number 8, I guess I can stick chocobo there for now too. It'll be a little bit different from what I used for Black Mage and Red Mage, but that's okay. Alright, so I think we're ready to continue on with this and get ourselves worked up on Dancer here. What's our eye level now? Yeah, 184. That was a good bump in our eye level because, let's see, under Red Mage, we were at 152 with the gear we had. So, yeah, this will be nice. Alright, well, let's see. Let's move on here with Dancer. Gamboling for Gil. I have trained many a dancer in my day, but I cannot recall ever having seen the crystal take to one of our new recruits so quickly. Truly, there is prodigious talent within you just waiting to be untapped. I've never seen anything like it either. Why, at this rate, she might even be able to challenge me for the position of Troop Falcium's Rising Star. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Reyna, but yes, with Anne in our ranks, our ultimate goal might at long last be within reach. Before that, however, I should share with you the full details of our planned itinerary. As I may have mentioned, we have traveled to these shores with two purposes: to share our time-honored art with Eorzeans far and wide, and in doing so, to do our part to help heal any lingering scars left by the calamity. Limsa here was the first stop on our tour of the realm. This leaves us with 4 destinations: Ul'dah, Redania, Ishgard, and finally Alamigo. And yet, Alamigo remains under Garlean rule, and Ishgard is still dealing with the repercussions of the Dragonsong War. I believe it would be best to put off our performances in those nations until we can be certain our presence there will be welcome. And so, by process of elimination, the next 2 destinations in our tour are all but decided. However, there is another important matter we must attend to before we set off. Finding ourselves a patron willing to sponsor our jaunt across the realm, yes? Precisely. With what little coin remains in our coffers after the long journey, we can scarce afford to put on humble productions like the one Anne just witnessed. We must find someone who will spare no expense in helping us bring our art to every corner of Eorzea. Fortunately, I have learned of someone who might be suited to that role. An acquaintance of mine in these lands, a songstress no less, introduced me to an influential merchant who considers it his life's work to promote daring new forms of creative expression the realm over. The man in question has all but agreed to fund our tour on one condition: we must grace him with a private performance, and he must deem it to be a true artistic revolution unlike anything he's seen before. An artistic revolution? That sounds like an awfully tall order. Indeed it is. After all, an aesthete of such renown has surely seen a Near Eastern dance or two in his day, so I asked myself, what could we possibly show this man that would truly awe and inspire him? Long did I struggle to come up with an answer, but no longer. Anne, you will take the stage with Reyna and transform into a full-fledged dancer before this man's very eyes. Yes, I call it a flower blooms on the battlefield. Yes, it is all coming to me now. For the final act, Reyna here will play the role of a formidable foe, unleashing a fearsome array of steps and twirls against you. You'll fend them off, retaliating with flourishes of your own in a dramatic dance battle for the ages. Anne and I taking the stage together, my tail is tingling with excitement just thinking about it. And through our battle, we'll show our would-be patron that our art is more than just for show. Why, it's positively perfect. I know it's your first performance, but you needn't worry. Nashmira and I will be right there with you. Just follow our lead, let the music carry you, and I'm sure our performance will knock this bigwig merchant's socks off. Okay. Reyna speaks true. I would not have invited you into our ranks if I did not believe, if I did not know you were capable of what I ask. And so, let us not delay any further. Our audience awaits us in a place called... Ah, yes, Costa del Sol. All right. Oh, I need to adjust my screen, my HUD layout as well. Put my fourfold feathers up here, and the step gauge. Not him. Here. Yep, that's the same. Excellent. My 2 rising stars are here and we can finally get the show on the road. But first, we should pay our respects to our patron-to-be, Master Gegaruju. Come with me. Master Gegaruju, it is a pleasure and an honor to be invited to your lovely estate. I am Nashmira, leader and principal dancer of Troop Falsium, and I stand before you today with 2 of my most promising proteges. Yes, yes, welcome and all. Thal, take me. Is that you, Titan's Bane? Moonlighting as a dancer these days, are you? I must admit, I thought adventuring was more lucrative than that. Okay. Mind you, when you're as wealthy as me, the best is a given. No, I won't be content with merely a masterful performance. I want to see something daring, something profound, something the likes of which this realm has never seen. I trust you're up to the task. We would let your eyes be the judge of that, Master Gegaruju. For today, Costa del Sol will be the venue for the inaugural performance of Troop Falsium's newest production. I call it A Flower Blooms on the Battlefield. All right, let's do this. Your very first performance and already you're taking center stage. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Your first opponent will be a training mannequin designed specifically to hone an aspiring dancer's skills. Breathe deeply, move with purpose, and it'll be a breeze. At the same time, always remember that the Kriegstanz is a dance of war. I know you are among friends here, but I want you to imagine yourself on the battlefield, leaping and twirling through a legion of foes. Now, let's knock this Master Gegaruju out of his 100,000 gil stockings. I'm ready when you are. That's it. That fire in your eyes. This is the chance of our lifetimes, so let the same passion burn in your heart and hold nothing back. Let the curtain rise. You still lack for experience, this I know. But take heart, for I have crafted this performance specifically to draw out your innate talent, step by precious step. Follow my lead and you will feel yourself transforming into a full-fledged dancer before you even know it. Lose yourself in the music, let the passion in your heart take over, and you will move as you have never moved before. Yes, you are the flower on this battlefield, and today you will blossom. Are you ready, Anne? First, you'll want to execute what we call a closed position, and close and choose me as your partner. Are you ready? Trust me, follow my lead, and Gegaruju will be all but putty in our hands. Splendid. Now let's show him what we can do. Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right. More. He wants more. All right, the mannequin now. All right. Come on, Reyna. That'll do it. Yeah. Inconceivable! I've never seen anything like them. All right. Are you sure that was your first time up on stage? I could swear I was watching a veteran up there. I couldn't take my eyes off you for a moment. But hey, my moves were nothing to sneeze at either, right? Of course, all the flashy lights were just for show. I set them up beforehand, just to liven up our performance, you know? But enough about me. This was your day to shine. If that meant me playing the villain for a day, so be it. I'm just proud to have played my part in helping your talents bloom. Yeah, now that was a sight to behold. A bold young woman taking on one fearsome foe after the next and transforming into a masterful dancer before my very eyes. Yes, I do believe I've not seen anything quite like it. Your words do us great honor, Master Gegaruju. Might we also count on you to loosen your purse strings and sponsor Troop Falsium on our tour across your fair realm? It is true, of course, that your troop deserves a far wider audience, and yet your performance moved me so that I just couldn't bear to part with you so soon. I must say, I found myself particularly smitten with the young kitten who played the villain's role. Reyna, was it? Perhaps I could interest you in signing a contract to be one of my personal dancers. I can promise that it would be a lucrative one. Why, you flatter me, Master Gegaruju. But I fear I'm still in training. I can't very well leave Miss Nashmira's side until our tour is complete. Is that so now? No, this simply won't do. Why, I'm afraid your rejection has so devastated me that I simply don't have it in me to fund your little excursion after all. You can't be serious. You gave us your word. He won't take no for an answer. Whatever should we do, Anne? We can do this the easy way, or... What's that supposed to mean? Stop looking at me like that. You're scaring me. I jest. I say, I never took you dancers to be such a bloody serious lot. I meant only to express how utterly enthralled I was by your peerless performance. You have provided me with precisely the sort of bold and audacious artistic revolution I sought. As per our deal, I am more than happy to offer you the financial backing you so clearly deserve. We are most grateful, Master Gegaruju. Truly, your aesthetic sensibilities are matched only by your boundless generosity. By your leave, we shall begin preparing for our forthcoming performance in Ul'dah. Wait, I say. I mean, if I might make just one small request. I ask not that you sign an exclusive contract, only that one of you sojourn here as my honored guest and entertain me for a spell. In return, in addition to my patronage, I promise that I will deliver you a personal letter of recommendation to the Syndicate on your behalf. Well, I do believe that sounds like a mutually beneficial arrangement. In that case, Master Gegaruju, you may have the pick of any of my troupe, excepting Anne, of course. Then the deal is done. Yes, I would be more than content with the lovely Miss Reyna here. Leave the negotiations with the Syndicate to me. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing every move in your repertoire. The pleasure is mine, Master Gegaruju, and please introduce me to your personal dancing girls as well. I'm sure there's so much they could teach me about the art of dance in Eorzea. Phew, I was worried there for a moment, but all's well that ends well. I'll go and share the good news with the others. Pray come along if you'd like. When Master Gegaruju started insisting on taking Reyna from us, I thought all our efforts were for naught. But it seems we've come away with everything we bargained for and then some. And it's all thanks to you. It really was quite remarkable how he changed his tune after you gave him just a single glance. Clearly, you possess remarkable powers of persuasion. At any rate, I suppose a short sojourn here could benefit us all. Reyna seems eager to get to know the dancers here, and I must attend to administrative tasks before our next performance. In the meantime, why don't you put your newfound skills to the test? I suspect you'll be quite pleased with how well they serve you. Alright. So we got started with Dancer here. That's cool. And we've got about close to 20 minutes left in this particular stream. I was starting on the fishing quest before we got our cue to pop for the final encounter in the first part of Heavensward, so I'm going to go ahead and just do some fishing here, I think, for the last part. We'll be able to just chat and just chill for a little bit here at the end. Anyways, I'll need to make sure I've got my new bait on there, the stonefly nymphs, and we were in Falcon's Nest. So if you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. We appreciate you being here with us. We're going through Final Fantasy XIV without skipping the main story or the job quests, as well as for crafters and gatherers here. We're gonna go all the way up to 90. And we just finished the initial story for Heavensward. There's some expansion content for Heavensward that still needs to be done. And we'll pick up on that in our next stream, which will be Tuesday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time here in the U.S. All right, so let's see, to go find that fishing hole that was up near Gorgain Holding. Get up here to about 2818, I believe. And we gotta try to haul in 3 of these things. See if we're gonna have any luck with this. We've already gotten 2 pieces of our new gear from doing our miner and botanist quests, so hopefully that'll make Fisher a little bit easier to catch these things. Oops, I've passed right over it, didn't I? It's right here. I believe this is it anyways. Yep, this looks like the fishing hole. Let's see which one this is. Zoom in here and turn on the light. Well, there's one ice pick right there. That's good. And we've leveled up to 55 already. Let's see. So do you enjoy crafting or gathering within the game, or do you even bother doing that? Not for everybody, of course. I particularly enjoy it. It's kind of relaxing. Ooh, we can try to mooch with the with the large ice fairy. That'll be interesting. See what we catch with that. Nothing bites. Oh, I'm probably not high enough level to get whatever that is, maybe. That's okay. Try that again, just in case. Nope. Yeah, I guess we just can't get that, whatever that is, on the mooch. We probably need more, much more gathering and or perception. Maybe like a level 70 fish or higher, who knows? Depending on what they've put into this area with all the expansions. Goodbye, Choco. See you next time we need to fight something together. I'm not even going to bother trying to mooch with that one. Getting there. 2 out of 3 now. One more. Just need one more to finish this one off. There we go. All right. Such peaceful music. Yeah, this nighttime music in Falcon's Nest Zone. So calm. The fishing hole where we found the ice picks is up in the Gorgain holding. Just head north, cross the Black Iron Bridge, and you'll be there. Reyna caught 2 ice picks, so you're going to have to catch 3. I'm counting on you, Anne. Haha, 3 ice picks, and every one a beauty. How do you like that, Reyna? Who's laughing now? What? I can't believe you beat my record. All right, I'll admit it. You're a better fisherwoman than me, and thrice as good as Anselm. I may have lost the contest, but it's been wonderful to meet you both. I thought I was the only one who spent her days traveling the realm, taking on what jobs I can to fuel my fishing habit, but now I know there's at least 2 more Epicureans in the world. So, you're a real angling addict, are you, Reyna? No doubt you could tell us some tales that would set our fish-fancying hearts aflutter. Oh, of course. It's the least I can do. The winner of the competition should have a reward after all. Now, I don't know if there's any truth in this tale, but there's a certain story doing the rounds in Dravania that you might find interesting. Not so very long ago, there was a chocobo hunter who found a wounded fish on the shore of the Sea of Clouds. It was a Moogle spirit known to the fishermen the realm over as the Manta of the Skies. A hook was through its lip and an unattended rod lying at its side. The hunter took up the rod and freed the fish, but as soon as he did so, the spirit scooped him in its fins and swept him away to an island above the clouds. Not knowing where he was or how to get home, he dropped a line into the clouds while he awaited rescue. Within moments, there was a jerk on the line, and he pulled up a strange fish covered in spines. A few more minutes of fishing, and he had enough of the things to spell out help in Cloudkin. His message was spotted by a passing airship, and the fellow was saved. Well, what do you think? The chocobo hunters tell it to their children as a bedtime story, but I've got a funny feeling there might be more to it than that. But anyway, I can't stand around chatting while there's work to be done. If that story tickled you, why don't you go and have a look around the Sea of Clouds? If you're lucky, you might catch a few of these helpful fish yourselves. These strange fish the chocobo hunter pulled from the clouds. I think I might have an idea what they were. The Ishgardian nobility used to harvest them for their poison, so much so that they drove them to extinction. Or so I thought until now. Here, Anne, take some of these. The noblemen used to bait their hooks with these red balloons to catch those fish. If the creatures really are still around, chances are their tastes haven't changed. Balloon bugs spend their lives in the skies, but they make their nests in the earth. If you should need any more of them, a friendly botanist or a miner should be able to dig some out for you. But anyway, thanks for today. You really saved my skin. If Reyna had won that contest, I don't think I would ever have lived it down. I'm heading back to the night to celebrate. See you again soon, Anne. And let's see, perception for the hat. Gathering for the gloves. Yeah, I should get gathering upgraded. Fish eyes. Okay, so if there's fish that usually only show up particular times of day, we can negate that requirement, it looks like. All right, well, let's put the gloves on and a new fishing rod. Yeah, that's a bump of 20 gathering. 21. All right. Yeah, let's see. Back to Dancer then. And back to Foundation. See what Emmerich has to say here.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Yeah, for sure.
Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, Anne and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataruan. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to annex Trine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Ishtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... time permitting, as I said. We shall endeavor to join Ishtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Anne. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. You are ready then. Good. So am I. Oh, let's see. I don't know if we'll use anything. here. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Alright, and our next step is to rendezvous with Lucia outside Tailfeather. We'll stop here for today. That'll be a good place for us to stop. And we'll pick up again Tuesday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And in the meantime, I will be looking for a Twitch channel here to raid into for those of you on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, please consider joining us Tuesday morning, same time. And we'll be happy to see you then and chat more with you. Thanks for your time. Let me see what I can find here, and we will move on.